Hello again, vinyl community. In today's video, I'm going to be responding to the Omaha Introvert sort of contest entry, I think it is. Hannah's running a sort of giveaway contest thing, where she's offering sort of a package of vinyl or CDs to whoever wins. And if I keep looking down, by the way, it's because I've got some notes, because I'm very unorganised, so I need prompts. Yeah, I think this contest runs for about another couple of days until the 30th. And as I've just said, the first question is to state whether you want vinyl or CD. And if I do win, it probably would be vinyl, as I don't actually have anything to play CD on, so please. Second question is, I can't remember what it was, but it was something like, where is your favourite place to buy records or go record shopping, and why? There's a couple of areas for me, really. It probably differs, well, it probably varies between Leeds and Manchester. I won't say I've got a favourite record store in general, but from Leeds I like Relics Records. They always have a good selection of stuff, fairly priced as well. And from Manchester, you can't go wrong with Piccadilly Records, really. If you're a vinyl enthusiast and you're from or have been to Manchester, then Piccadilly Records is essentially the place to go. So that'd be my choice for that. And question 3 is, name 3 to 5 artists that you dislike and why. And she's really thrown a curveball here, really. But I think it's great, to be honest, though, as you know, people on the VC, they're always mentioning bands and artists that they do like, but it's very rare that you'll hear anyone mentioning artists that they don't particularly like. So I thought it really good. I actually responded to a video and with a comment giving my answers, but I felt like it were a good idea to actually make a video response, as it's just, I felt like I couldn't convey how I actually felt about the artists on the comment. So, but I've unfortunately a lot of any vinyl to show today, as all my records are still at home. So yeah, the first artist that I don't really like very much is Paul Simon. I shall consult my notes. Yeah, I like his hits. You know, You Can Call Me Alice, probably one of the best hits of all time, especially of the 1980s, which is absolutely amazing. But I find that to sit down and listen to one of his albums in full is boring, more than anything. I don't really know many of his studio albums, but Paul Simon is, Graceland is the only LP of his that I actually own. But I even struggle listening to that, and apparently it got voted the greatest album in 1986, and for the life of me I don't understand why. As the only 3 songs for me off that album that I actually find myself enjoying and can listen to are probably You Can Call Me Al, The Boy in the Bubble, and Under African Skies. I'm not even that keen on the title track, so shoot me. But yeah, you know, Paul Simon, I just find him difficult to sit down and listen to, unless you're playing a single of his, which obviously everyone loves and likes and enjoys. But to sit down to an album, I just find it boring and monotonous a lot of the time. So the most interesting thing about Paul Simon for me is that he was married to Carrie Fisher for a while. So, sorry. The second artist the second band is the Stone Roses. However controversial that may be. I like a lot of the hits. I've got the greatest hits on vinyl. And even that I don't play too much. I just find that the word I used in Hannah's video on my comment was that they've been hijacked, sort of thing. I don't know how to explain it. Like the youth, well, people my age really, they're like the festival goers and the indie kids. They've sort of taken over the Stone Roses music and have sort of made it their own indie thing. So whenever I hear anything of the Stone Roses, I associate it with those type of people, and it just, I don't know, it ruins it for me, really. They've obviously got some great hits like Fool's Gold and I Am the Resurrection and She Bangs the Drums and that sort of thing, but other than that, I don't find, I'm never, it's hard to explain really, I'm never really in the mood to listen to them, sort of thing. You know, if I hear one of the hits come on, I'll think, yeah, you know, fair dues, nice one. But I'd never get the urge to put the greatest hits on. You know, I don't even know why I own it, to be honest. And it one of the first albums I ever bought. Yeah, I just don't find them that groundbreaking either. I think that a lot of the time they get heralded as one of these heavily influential bands that have done a load for music, but I don't see it. I mean, they may have done, but for me, they're just they're not that brilliant, really. And I think it's partly to play with the fact that they're so overhyped, from what I've seen anyway, that when you do listen to them, it's sort of underwhelming. So yeah, that's why I don't really like Stone Roses. I dare say it's not really a problem of their music, it's sort of how they've been, I don't know, how they've been received in later years, but yeah, the main thing about them is that I don't think they're that groundbreaking. Thirdly is Iron Maiden. Now, the band specifically, I don't know too much of, to be honest. It's more a dig at metal and heavy metal in general. As I just don't like the genre. I just cannot connect with it, really. I used Iron Maiden because whenever metal's mentioned or I hear of someone mentioning metal or heavy metal, I just think Iron Maiden, as that's essentially all I know. But yeah, I think it's obnoxious. A song come on, it'll just slap you in the face immediately. I did listen to a couple of Iron Maiden songs just before filming this, just to sort of refresh my memory of them, sort of thing. What memory I have anyway, and I just don't like the guitar work, and the drums are too heavy, and I don't know, it's just, it sounds stupid as that's what their selling point is, being heavy, but they're just too heavy for me, sort of thing. Yeah, I just don't feel that too much emphasis on guitar and drums equates to music. Like, metal music for me is just someone on a guitar doing this, and then someone else just screaming at the top of the voice, and I was thinking, what is this shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't, I'm probably going to get some backlash for this, but I just don't feel like metal is music a lot of the time. Admittedly, I don't know much about it, so I probably will find some things that I do like, but Iron Maiden, they don't do it for me, really. And their album covers as well, they're disturbing more than anything. I mean, what is that demented zombie devil thing? I don't even know. I don't see the appeal of it. I don't see what it resembles or what it represents or what the point of it is. It's like it's looking at you as if it wants to kill you, and I just think, what is this? You know, I just don't see the appeal of it, although, you know, many do, and fair dues, but Iron Maiden for me, and just metal in general is just not my thing. Fourth is the 1975, who are a fairly new band. I think they formed in 2012, 11, 13, around then. A lot of their music, I think, is just overproduced, to be honest. They sort of suffer from, well, overproduction, as do a lot of contemporary bands and artists, which I think ruins it. I mean, music for me started dying in the 90s, to be honest. Anything before the 90s, I'm up for giving a fair go, but after that I sort of write it off, which I shouldn't do. But there's very few artists post 2000 that I find myself enjoying. But yeah, the 1975, I think the stereotypical teenage music. Admittedly, I do own the first two albums on vinyl, and I'm not quite sure why. I bought them quite early on into collecting vinyl. But yeah, I just think they've got that stereotypical teenage sound, and I don't know, it's a bit hard to say, but I feel like Matt Healy, the lead singer, is a bit pretentious quite a lot of the time, in his music, in his persona, in the lyrics. They tend to have quite a lot of similar themes in the songs, such as despair and loss and yeah, that sort of stuff. So I don't know, I just think they sort of suffer from the times that we're in right now, really, just overproduction and just that sort of thing. But the first album I actually quite enjoyed, and there are a couple of songs on it that I do find myself tapping my foot to. I couldn't name top of my head. Chocolate, there's one. But yeah, the 1975 I'm not particularly fond of. And the final artist is Liam Gallagher. I cannot stand that man, if I'm quite frank. Oasis, brilliant band. There's no doubt how influential they were on popular music. But it's just his persona, it's his attitude. I think he does play up to it as it's sort of his selling point now. But Liam Gallagher, I think he sees himself as a god, and he's just not. I just cannot see. I don't understand why he thinks why everyone why everyone on Earth is there, and Liam Gallagher in his own mind is there. You know, I don't know. I just think he thinks he's God and he's not. Yeah, I just feel like his solo album a couple of years ago, As You Were actually not too bad. It had Wall of Glass, which were an amazing single, Chinatown, which were good, and I believe one called Paper Crown, and that were quite nice. But it's his attitude. It ruins the music for me. I think it's just Oasis were brilliant, as we all know, but his attitude sort of ruins his solo work for me. I cannot get by his attitude. That's, you know, and I sort of feel like even Oasis, but more so the Gallagher brothers solo, they've sort of suffered from the same fate as the Stone Roses, in my eyes anyway. Has been like hijacked again by the youth and festival goers and indie kids and that sort of thing, and they've sort of been taken as sort of like cultural icons now, not just musicians, and that for me ruins it a bit as well. So yeah, I can't take away from what he's done for music in Oasis, and even BDI, I don't think they were terrible, but it's just his attitude. I just cannot get by it. You know, Noel Gallagher, I think he's more down to earth, but even he's got a bit of I won't say a chip on his shoulder, but he's got some authority about him, which fair dues, but is not as obnoxious as Liam, and for me that just it ruins it and renders it unlistenable, his music, really. But yeah, they're the 3 questions. I'd just like to give a couple of shout outs to some people. I should have really done this at the start, I meant to, but I forgot. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Jimmy the Saint. He's been watching a lot of my videos, and I commented on one of his videos, I think it was his vinyl tag, and he mentioned how myself, someone else I can't remember, sorry, and Rob Walker were actually the inspiration for him starting his channel, which I thought were really great, as I was petrified before I made my first video, and I'm still getting terribly nervous now. So I'm just glad to see that I've had at least some sort of effect, and I'm really glad he's making videos. So I'd really recommend checking his YouTube channel out, as he's really good. I believe he's trying to build his jazz collection and blues, maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, really great guy. And second of all, just to vinyl collector James Lorben. He's been on the VC for ages. I'm pretty sure a lot of you will know about him. But we've recently got in contact on Facebook, and we talk quite a lot, and he's honestly a great guy. I'd really recommend his channel. I mean, he knows everything there is to know about every band ever. We were talking about Tears for Fears quite a lot, and he's really into the 80s stuff, and I know he loves Dead Can Dance and XTC and that sort of thing. So yeah, just check him out, and I'm sure you'll love his channel. So I believe that's all I've got to show today. Well, talk about today. Yeah, I really liked Hannah's contest. I think it were really good and very different. I'm just sorry that I didn't have any vinyl to show, but in my next video I hopefully should. So cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time.